What is going on, gaming fans, more specifically PES fans, because this video is for you. Konami have announced their new esports offering and big changes when it comes to co-op. Remember, if you do find this video helpful at all, please do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new around here. There's going to be plenty of PES news, content, all that sort of stuff. And follow me over on Twitter as well, at Shogun Ash. Let's get into the video. So, you may have seen the news today on Twitter that we all knew was coming. eFootball has completely replaced PES League now. And with that come some changes, some less welcome than others. So what's happening here is it's a new setup. They've split it into two different factions. They've got eFootball Pro, which is where the professional football clubs and their selected representatives will play out in a new league into knockout stage system. So this is the likes of Celtic, Barcelona. There are a couple of German teams that I think have got representatives as well in the eFootball Pro League. Those players will be the only ones existing in this space. And then there is the eFootball Open. This is open, as it suggests, to everybody. Everybody can take part in this. You don't have to be professionally signed to an actual pro football club as an esports player. Anybody can take part in this as a chance to get involved in esports. There are still prize pools. There are still online and regional finals, as you can see by the diagram just above me. There's also a couple of other competitions in there as well. As you can see, they've got the Euro 2020, the Thai League, the Asia competition, Japan competition, America's competition. I imagine there will be just a generic Euros competition here as well, and there's apparently another one to be confirmed. Now, the way that these tournaments are being structured is what is currently a cause of concern for quite a lot of people. So eFootball Pro, as you can see right here over my shoulder, is exclusively for the pro players, as the name suggests. That's fine. The competition format is 3v3 co-op, which is arguably the most popular gameplay mode that has been added in recent years. A lot of people are very fond of it, whether they actually play 3v3 or whether it's the polarizing ability to play solo in co-op. Now, the clubs will select their own players. You can't opt in and say, hey, I want to represent Arsenal. Do you fancy, can we try out or whatever? The clubs are going to select that. They choose who they want. So they're going to be looking at last year's finalists and, the kind of household names within esports. Those are the people who are going to be taking part in this. The eFootball Open, however, is a slightly different deal. So this is what's actually replacing PES League. eFootball Pro is something different anyway. This is where PES League now sits. It's the eFootball Open. And with the new matchday mode where you can represent a club, this is where this culminates into. But the competition format for this is only 1v1, as the original PES leagues have always been. However, a lot of people are concerned that this is taking the 3v3 element away from people who would have originally competed in PES League. Last year, of course, there were 1v1 and 3v3 options at PES League. Now, that has been completely split between the pros and the amateurs. And I can see why people are upset. I think they've got a point. Of course, what this is going to do is create two completely different schools of play. You'll have the people at the top playing in co-op, and they'll be practicing that day in, day out. And then you'll have the amateur players who are kind of at the cusp of that level, playing to get into that fold, but they're playing in a completely different way. 1v1 is drastically different to co-op. And in a situation where you're going to have top level amateurs attempting to become professionals, that gap is going to be opened even more, because they're not going to be playing the same way as you would in co-op. They're going to be grinding out 1v1 gameplay for so long, and then eventually if they do ever get called up and selected for one of these teams, it's a whole new way of playing that they've got to shift their focus to. Granted, a lot of these players are good enough to be able to do both, but completely splitting two completely different ways of playing the same game, it doesn't seem to make sense. Now, fortunately, Konami have said at the bottom of this page that the above information is subject to change. Somehow, I don't think they're going to be changing the setup of these tournaments. One can hope, but I don't think that's the case. However, it would be good to see them do a 1v1 and 3v3 at the pro level and a 1v1 and 3v3 at the open level. That would make a lot more sense. Now, I guess there is the cost factor in that, being able to accommodate more players, having to have a bigger prize pool, and they want to accommodate both ways of playing the game, and they've decided to allocate one at one level, one at another. It is just a bit of a pity that they've gone about it this way. It will be interesting to hear from Konami in the coming days and weeks as to their decisions surrounding this. But I think even at least at the open level, having the ability to do 3v3 and form teams, rather than having clubs cherry picking individuals and trying to force them into a team situation, would potentially generate better long-term results, and also not leaving a large section of the community feeling left out or just othered. That's never a good thing, and that's obviously not the sort of feeling anybody wants to promote. I'm sure Konami, I would hope Konami wouldn't deliberately go down that path for that reason. However, it might have just been a bit of oversight that hopefully they can fix. Maybe talk to some community members, maybe talk to some of the old PES League players and see what their feelings are on this. A bit of community consulting might be able to generate some kind of resolution. But that's it for today's update. If you did find this at all useful, please do give this a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new around here. Any relevant links will be in the description. And leave a comment down below about your opinion on this. I'm interested in your opinion. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. And until next time, take care and peace.